Hello, Libra North Node. This is Samara, your Feminist Alchemist. Welcome to your reading for October 6th, New Moon 2021. This is a general reading, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Take what strikes a chord with you and let the rest float away on a cloud of ether to whoever in the collective needs to hear that message right now. If you're feeling this reading, give it a like, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload, which is every new moon. Maybe you're due for a new mood. That's interesting how that came out. So let's just talk briefly about what the North Node is. It is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies your soul's source of expansion for this lifetime. It tells us where our growth opportunities lie, and once we accept our North Node calling, we can find soul fulfillment, usually beyond what we ever expected for ourselves and ever expected in the realm of possibilities of what could make us feel happy and fulfilled. So I have a short video posted below that covers the general meaning of the North Node as I've been guided to understand it by my spirit team. Plus, you can check out the specifics of your North Node sign explained in depth by an astrologer here on YouTube named Finesse. He goes through each North Node placement in astonishing detail, so you can check that out. That's also posted in the description box below. So there's an extended reading available for you called Everyday Alchemy and Practical Magic, and it's about a 20-minute video where I consult the divine about tools you can use to support you on your North Node journey for October 6th new moon leading up to the new moon in November. We look at crystals, herbs, essential oils, colors that you can integrate into your life during the next 4 weeks in order to better integrate the energies that are available to you at this time. I also channel some affirmations that you can use as personal mantras, and you can tweak them however it feels good to you. So with that, I will start the reading. So if you weren't around last month, the way I do this particular reading is I shuffle for the universal energies first. So these are the highest frequency energies that are being streamed down to you for your highest good at this time. That will be the outer circle of this spread. Then the second circle, the next circle inside, will be 5D energies. So this is like the next step on your ascension path, what your soul is calling out for you to strive for in terms of an energetic frequency, vibration in yourself. And then we'll look at, in the innermost circle, we'll look at 3D energy, which is situations that may be occurring in your life right now that are looking for resolution. Just how these energies are kind of showing up in your life and what kind of promptings are showing up in your physical world. So using the Path of the Soul deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish for the universal energies. There we go. In your universal energies, I'm seeing, I'll show you the cards first. This is the third eye, Cosmos of the Heart, Work, and Creation. Oh, okay. I'm generally getting a big energy towards your work, how you spend your time, or the work you put into the world needs you're getting a prompting for it to come from a much more deeply authentic place. So in the third eye, some of you are getting a real awakening of your psychic gifts and or intuitive talents as well. So messages are streaming into you of how to use these energies. You may feel to share it in some productive way that helps other people. And I'm getting that with the cosmos of the heart and the third eye combined, that you're getting a prompting to be in service, for your work to be of service to humanity in some way. That may show up as a desire to, this is getting really smoky in here, sorry. This may be a desire to really fully go into a much more humanitarian field. It also may be a desire to have more of a human more humanity in your work. So if you work in a field that feels very callous to you or very mundane, dry, without human emotion, without human contact, you may be feeling like doing something where you're not just in front of a computer, but you have more collaboration, which is where what I'm feeling with this creation card, all of this energy that's coming from your third eye and from your heart wants to be created through the realm of your work. I think that was basically the summary of that. Of that. Is there more that... Yeah, so some of you are really fantasizing a lot about what you would like your life to be like, or what you would, how you would like to show up in the world. And they want you to know that these thoughts and feelings, some of them are prompted by the growth factor, and others is you kind of asking for a growth and your guides listening and showing up. So if you've been asking for a job that satisfies you more fully, that career opportunity is being prepared. And some of you have not felt the courage to create your reality based on your visions for yourself and your real heart's desires. So that's what I'm getting from the universal energy. I think we can get more clear about this looking down at the 5D. So for this rung of the spread, I use the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle and the Sacred Geometry of Relationships by Lon. I'm just kind of flipping very easily. So, I haven't seen that one. Intimacy. Okay, I usually only take 6, but I feel a prompting to take another one, and there it came. So, ooh, that always is a good card to come next to anything that has to do with the heart. Man. So you have kindness, sensuality, romantic love, intimacy. I'm starting to feel a theme here. If you're not feeling a theme, I'm starting to feel a theme. Intuition, surrender, and delight. I get that you're very hard on yourself, Libra, and I don't know if that came up for you last month. Sorry, Libra North Node, let's be specific about that. So you're hard on yourself and therefore hard on other people, and it makes it difficult for you to work in a team sometimes. That could be very well described by your North Node, South Node trajectory, because in Aries you're more of a lone wolf, if you will, and didn't make a lot of concessions for the sake of the group. Now, I'm getting that there's a heightened awareness of a lack of connection in some of the things that you do. And because the work card is here, I'm going to say in work, yes. It seems that we're talking about some of you in the collective of the Libra North Nodes, of people who took a job because it just seemed like the right job, or it satisfied your head more than your heart. All you have here are very much like kindness, sensuality, romantic love, intimacy, intuition, all very feminine aspects, delight, surrender. This is all a very feminine energy spread. So there's a lot of allowing that your soul is yearning for, a lot of being more than doing, and being in such a way that also accepts the right for other people to be as well, meaning that they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to have the best ideas all the time. Someone out there is a boss, like someone higher up in an organization, and you tend to be very, they're giving me the word condescending to your employees or to your subordinates. And you don't necessarily know how to navigate, like how to find a balance between the fact that you're in charge and the leader, and higher up in the hierarchy, but still needing connection with people. So I'm feeling that a lot of your interactions they lack genuine feelings. Not just for those in the managerial situation. There's an overall energy of being afraid of people seeing who you are, seeing who you really are, and not liking it. There's a lot about pleasure in here, sensuality, the delight card, intimacy, romantic love. Is like some of you are really looking for a partner and are tired of looking or tired of dating around. Like you're looking for deeper connections. So I'm getting here that part of the reason that your connections feel shallow is because of this need to control the narrative of how people see you. And it's maybe difficult to accept and a triggering experience to need people but not feel worthy of people in some way, or want people to see you how you see you, or even better than you see you. Most of us don't necessarily view ourselves in the light that we like to pretend that we do. So to really let go and let people know us can be a daunting experience. However, they want you to just have more fun in everything and not feel the need to control every situation. So you may find yourself becoming hyper aware of what you think whilst people are talking to you, or that you think of how you're going to respond before the person's even stopped talking. You know, you play things in your head beforehand. You may be hyper analytical with words that are said, because this is you have intuition on two levels. Well, third eye and then intuition. And I'll read the intuition card. It says, the energy of intuition supports our ability to conceive the subtle language of the realms beyond the three-dimensional reality. So, entering your interactions with more feeling than thinking, which is interesting because Libra is an air sign and they do a lot of thinking. Right? But this moment on your journey is not about the thinking element. It's about the connectedness that Libras do with ease. Libras are seen as fair. So they're not necessarily quick to judge. And they're seen for the most part as charming, right? They're ruled by Venus. So you got a lot of Venus going on here. I'm going to speak to the romantic love element. So if you're out there and you're not partnered, this is a call to open up the possibility again that you can find a partner that is satisfying to you on all levels. There seems to have something has become kind of robotic. They're saying something has become very, dating, looking down a checklist of, I'm just picturing online dating where you can filter out certain people. And they're saying that in your mind, mind-wise, your rational mind is not what's going to find you your romantic love. It's creating / manifesting someone from your vision of how that person makes you feel. So if you are on the pursuit of romantic love, you should be visualizing your partner, your ideal partner. And make sure that ideal partner, that one of the things that you focus on is really intimacy, that person honors you for you. You're not some watered down or tailored, customized version of yourself for that person. And this is, I'm talking about in romantic love, but they're telling me to also refer to it to the work side of things. You want to be in relationships, romantic or otherwise, that allow you to thrive. And the one thing, or one of the basic necessities for that success, for that growth, is, being able to stand in your authentic self and be happy with that, be accepting of that, surrendering to the natural makeup of your energy, of your DNA. And that will be your starting point for anything else that you want in terms of happiness, right? This is the last I'll say on the 5Ds. For some people out there, your romantic life is your work life and your romantic life mirror each other. So a lot of the issues that you're having with work, you're having with your partner or lack thereof. And they want you to look at what common themes are in the two, because that's there's some hidden messages in there for you, some ahas waiting for you in there, if you can notice that in yourself and resolve it. And what things need to resolve, first of all, is just the acknowledgement that those patterns are there and you would like them to be different. So I'm going to check out the 3D energies. I'm just using the majors of the Tarot of the Divine for this one. Strength. Let's see which way this one is. It's this way. The Fool. The Moon in reverse. And the Emperor. Okay. Ooh. So in the Strength card, I see, they want me to point something else out before I even get to this. Number 36. Sensuality is number 36. That equals 9. 26 is 8. It's another 9. You have two 39s. But they were pointing me to these two cards, though, 9 and 11. So first, 9 and 11 are important, and these two number 39s, which are that reduce to 12. Oops. Yeah, you have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8, 9, no, sorry, 9, yeah, 9, sorry, 10, 11, and 12. So they wanted me to point that out. Thank you very much. So so right away I'm getting from this energy that you are like resisting getting into your feelings. So you have all of these feelings that are trying to be acknowledged or prompting you to be acknowledged. They're coming through your third eye. They're coming through your heart. They're showing up in you're noticing the presence or lack thereof in your relationship, and you're yearning to kind of create it in your 3D realm, in your lived experience, but you are resisting admitting this to yourself. In the moon reversed. So, because I see it like she's standing on this bridge, she's looking straight at, that which is most visible at night, right? The sun is shining on the moon at night, and then it glows, and, we see what was not quite visible in the day. So going into a deep inner place, and there's some resistance of going in this deep inner place, and there's a very stoic figure in its place. So dominated by masculine energy, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter in this case. It's all about the masculine energy or feminine energy that just exists in all of us. And and in the Strength card, I'm seeing that this is there's quite a pulling in both directions for you. And I dare to say, you have the energy of the Fool, who is, run blindly into the future, take a risk, take a chance, surrender, right? And then you have the Emperor, who is calculated and well-planned, well-spoken. He's the master of himself, of his actions. He's measured in his approach. And that's great. But it's like that's the one key that is keeping you out of this whole higher energy for yourself. As a Libra, you're meant to have a nice balance. See, for me, the two of these are about balancing. It's almost a yin and yang situation here. So so I don't see a lot of what's going on in the external world. I see your internal world here is really about letting go. And the things that you hold on to at the moment, or your anxiety about letting go, may be completely at the forefront at the moment and actually making you really edgy, quick to temper, defensive. So it's like you're so afraid of becoming all of this that you're just becoming the polar opposite of it, or you're leaning into the polar opposite of it, which is your Aries side. and not the positive side of your air sign. I mean, there are definitely positive sides to Aries. Let's not get that twisted. It's about that when you feel threatened, when your image of yourself feels threatened, how do you act in the world, right? And I'm getting that you're feeling very defensive of your position at the moment, of your self-image at the moment. And possibly because there is a lot changing, you may be getting a lot of influx during dream time because of this third eye. A lot of influx during dream time, and the energy of your dreams is so vastly different than the energy of your waking life. And you're starting to notice that. And they're pushing your dreams into like ultra HD on purpose so that you become like you can no longer ignore that this is sitting in wait for you and that you want it. Because up to now, a lot of you have not admitted that you want it, that you want intimacy, that you want connection, that it matters to you, you know. I'm going to do some clarifying with the Light Spheres Tarot. We're going to see how we can bridge what's going on in the 3D realm with what your higher self, the next step your higher self would like you to take, you know, the energy what they like you to move into for your soul's expansion. Okay, is that upright or is it reversed? Maybe. Okay. And one more. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So your guides are saying that you need to find a way to be more lighthearted. I'm even looking at, they're drawing my attention to, let's see if I can get this in focus, this part of his heart where there's, you know, little wisps coming out. It's almost like wisps of air, you know. So and I don't know if you can see on the shirt, there's also like little bubbles. It's very light and airy and nonchalant, and, you know, so they're saying one of the things that you should do is not take everything so seriously. Easier said than done. But that is one mode that you can kind of traverse this bridge between the 3D and the 5D. In the Eight of Pentacles, I'm seeing that for some of you, they want you to take a course of study. But this is not to change. If it is to change your career, they want you to be sure that you're changing to a career that is based on your delight. And so if there's something that you really loved as a hobby that you want to turn into a career, you may need to learn a bit more to make that really come to fruition. I'm getting that some of you will meet somebody in a hobby class. So depending, I don't know what your situation is and where you're living, if you're having in-person gatherings, cooking classes and language classes, but this could also be online. Some of you will meet someone in a learning environment. And others of you, I'm getting very distinctly that you should learn about love. Now I'm getting a whole bunch of different streams depending on who I'm talking to, who's watching this right now. One stream is saying that you need to learn about your own way of loving. So this is like a studying of yourself. So use all of that rationality that you've got going for you. And kind of study yourself like a subject. Because they're saying that some of you, like, if you knew yourself better, you wouldn't necessarily choose the partners that you choose. So when you're asking yourself, why do I keep getting guys like this or women like this? It's partially because you are not only are you not clear, like sending out clear signals of what you want, you actually don't know what it is you need, because your list of wants is based on someone that you believe you should be and not who you really are. So with the Knight of Cups, I'm seeing some of you just need to get out there and kind of put your heart on your sleeve, if you will. To make the journey to be intimate or becoming intimate with someone on an emotional level. Sorry, I have to go back because I skipped something with the Eight of Pentacles. I don't think I said some of you need to read books about love, like love languages, and books about relationships. Some of you should go down that avenue and really take it as a course of study for yourself. Not because they say it's not because you don't have the knowledge inside of you, but you need something to wake it up. And when you read a book, some short book about love or relationships, you may find that some of it is already how you instinctively think. And then you'll trust yourself more in the romantic realm, which leads to this guy who, all of this is kind of in the pursuit of you. I'm getting this is like being the Prince Charming and you going after what you want. This is acknowledging what's there in your heart that you have not been acknowledging. And with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups in opposition like that, it's, well, they're working together and they're not really opposed, but they're two sides of the same coin. So first of all, it's like, don't be afraid of rejection. And because you don't have to take it deeply personally. And that rejection could be in your work, trying to make friends with people. You know, sometimes it can be awkward. Trying to ask someone out on a date, especially nowadays. So we're looking at the energy of being open, with being casual with your emotions, like not taking everything as a personal offense, and then having courage with your emotions where, you know, like, okay, if this interaction doesn't turn out the way I wanted to, I'm still going to be okay. Because the Five of Swords is like, get out of your own head. It's your fear of the outcome and wanting to, and not surrendering. Surrender is down here. Not surrendering to your interactions that is making it difficult for you to have a nice, delightful, flowing, intimate quality to your relationships. And the Six of Pentacles is like, remember that these things it's all about give and take. So if you're looking for something, if you're looking to get close to someone, you have to offer something of yourself, right? And it's hard to be the one. You're doing yourself a disservice by waiting for someone else to put their guard down first. So you just have to be that knight and go into it and put your guard down first. And if it doesn't go the way you like, you can still, you're kind to the other person and you're kind to yourself for it not going. You know, don't go into the washroom and start banging your head against the stall, right? And the heart is what it is. And you are not a lesser person for not getting all your heart's desires, right? You're not unworthy of your heart's desires if you don't happen to get your heart's desire in that moment. That's the other part that is important to remember. You know, just because you didn't get your heart's desire on the first or second try does not mean you're not worthy of it. You may not be ready for it, or they're waiting for someone else to be ready for you, or it's not what's for your highest good at the moment. So I'm on to the next deck. And in this next, if you were here last month, I used a deck that kind of is great for insight into past lives and karma, soul memories. And this month I was guided to use a deck that has more of the energy of ancestors. So I'll be looking more at familial patterns, familiar wounding. So something that's coming up to be healed in, there's a lot of cards in this one, so I'll put that there for now. Something that is coming up in your familial line to be healed through you. They told me that ancestors got a lot to say this month. Sorry, I'm double checking which way I'm putting this. This is going here. Okay, so apparently I'm getting a mixed message here on whether or not I'm done shuffling. Libra North Node. So see if anyone's okay. So this is the end. These I do in between. Yeah, so that feels right. So I want these two together and these two together. Okay, so this is the Untitled Tarot by Akamara Tarot. I hope I'm pronouncing everything right. I have not studied all of these cards in detail, so I don't have the correct pronunciation for everything. If I make a mistake and you know what the right pronunciation is, please forgive me. I have all the respect for this deck and am in the midst of my studies, and I'm doing the best I can. So we'll start here with the Three of Clubs. Fagun expand. The strength of a person cannot be determined by size. Key 5, Isheshe. The young cannot teach tradition to the old. And Ibeji, if love is a sickness, patience is the remedy. That's over the cosmic heart stream. Then we have the Ace of Diamonds. Luck. Opportunity does not wake those that are asleep. And Jack of Spades. Prince of the Mind. You cannot lean on air. And Ea, key number 3. No matter how full the river, it still wants to grow. Okay, so your ancestral message today. I am getting that, well, I mean, this says it right on the top. Expand. So they're saying with the expand card that there's only so much you can do to increase, like to change your physicality at this point in our knowledge of working with the body and science and such, right? But I mean, we're not talking about the quality of your skin. We're talking about how tall you are and whether you're an ectomorph, a mesomorph, or an endomorph. You know, there's certain things in your physical structure that just are, more or less. Now, this is just basically pointing to that your expansion is a very metaphysical one. So there's nothing on the outside to change at this point. All of your change is occurring in how you see yourself and how much of yourself you allow to be transmitted to the rest of the world. The young cannot teach tradition to the old. 5 is the Hierophant, right? And 6 is, if love is a sickness, patience is the remedy. So I'm getting from that, so yeah, Hierophant and the Lovers, basically in the traditional tarot. I'm getting that there's a lot of growing to do still. And it's emotional growth that is coming up for you at this time. Like there's a strong vibe of like studying feelings, your own feelings. One here is I'm getting from this heartbreak. If love is a sickness, patience is the remedy. So it's like if you are not with the person that you want to be with, have broken up with the person that you thought you would always be with, have a major crush on somebody who doesn't quite notice you. They're saying everything is a matter of time. Even in the young cannot teach tradition to the old. It's like you're still blossoming, you're still healing, you're still going through this process of your heart really opening wide, and that's completely fine. You don't have to be, once again, you don't have to be in control all of the time. You don't have to be in control all of the time, and you cannot lean on air. I really like this one. I only started using this deck a couple weeks ago, so everything is just like new and exciting every time I pull cards from this deck. To me, you can't lean on air. Like air. Remember, I was saying Libra is an air sign, right? But this reading is not about thinking. You can't lean on your thoughts, right? You have to lean on your, at the end of the day, you're going to end up leaning on your intuition. Because even if you think yourself and convince yourself into something, it's like you've thought about it so repeatedly that it's become a feeling. And you can think of that just like the suits of the tarot, how, thoughts, for me, thoughts turn to feelings, feelings propel you into action, and action creates things, right? That's how I organize the way the suits and elements move through the tarot. And swords alone can create action, but it doesn't create an action, the same action that intuition may have given you, right? And it's a fine line, let's say. Opportunity does not wake those that sleep. The Ace of Diamonds, which is a pentacle. It's like, if you can't acknowledge what it is that you want, then there's no way that anyone can ever give it to you, right? And you don't have to shout it from the rooftops, but to acknowledge it to yourself, to see it when you look in the mirror, to write it before you go to bed, to think about it before you go to bed, to daydream about it when you're on the subway. You have to acknowledge that you want it, because it's not going to come for you and ask you, so do you want that? There is an energy of spirit, your spirit guides, your ancestors trying to wake you up. So that you can recognize when your heart's desire, there's an opportunity for your heart's desire to be met. They're saying there's also, you have to be open for that, for you, those of you who are looking for romantic love, you have to be open to seeing it when it comes. And it's not going to come in the package that you think, because you can't think love into being. You have to feel it into being. Ea, which is key 3, the Empress. No matter how full the river, it still wants to grow. And this is near the creation. And they're just, your ancestors are telling you there's so much more waiting for you. There's so much more waiting for you. And you have to, they're assuring you of it, but they want you to believe it. To believe that there is more happiness to be had, more success to be had, more joy to be had. And all of those things may not look like what you always thought they would look like. Okay, they want me to do oracles now. So, which is good timing because we're at 55 minutes. Woohoo! Oh, I should have told you how long we were going to be here. We're here a while sometimes. Okay. I'm going to take some cards from the Elemental Oracle. So I'm going to pull from 3 different Oracle decks. That's what I was guided to put on my table. And so I shall. It's from the Elemental Oracle. Libra North Node. What do they need to know to close off this reading for their highest good? Okay, I'm going to only read the top one, but I'll show you the other 2 that popped out. So we got air, number 22, motion. And then from this deck, the other 2 that popped out was rain, fecundity, and number 13, desert, solitariness. So I'll just show these to you. You can pause. You could take a look at them. So see if you get any impulses off of them, but I won't be reading those ones. I'll just read air. I'm going to pull one from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So, and if you're getting tired of waiting, you can fast forward a bit. But, yeah. It usually takes me a good hour to get through this spread. If there's nothing I'd rather do on a Sunday, it's Sunday for me today that I'm recording. There we go. So, upright, yes, milk and honey in the upright, number 51. And last but not least, I'll pull a card from Return of Spirit by Cheryl Harnish. Oh, this one, this other deck I used there was Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And sexuality. I feel like, did I totally avoid getting into a racy discussion here? Because it could have gone that way, but that's not the way they sent me. So I may have to see what alternative meaning this whole spread could have had for you. Because there is a lot: sensuality, delight, romantic love. Oh, there's a lot of love in there. So let's start with number 22, air. Be flexible. Okay, number 22, air, motion. Be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. Now, that reminds me of the kindness card that came out in your 5D. So they're sending me back to the message that I gave regarding that your personal relationships and your work relationships may actually be mirroring each other. There's a common thread between the discord that you have, and that could all be in how you speak to people. And as a Libra North Node, that communication, the pointing out to me 22, 2 and 2 balanced on either side. Being fair, charming, moderate, working on your communication skills is in part of that, is on your trajectory. Right? So they really want you to look at that element of your life and see if some of the actions/reactions you get that you're not happy with, or that you would rather go differently, or that they improve, that you look at your role in it communication-wise, like how you speak to people, your tone of voice, the words you use. Are you sarcastic? Do you laugh at people? Are you quick to belittle an opinion? Do you need to be right? Do you get the last word in? They're making me go down the list because they really want you to look at it. So let's see what the next card is. Wisdom of the Oracle, number 51. 51. Okay, milk and honey. So they're just giving me a story of... I had a tip from a priestess in the Ifa tradition to put honey on your tongue whenever you need to enter like a conversation that needs love in it. I found it a really good practice. I actually use it sometimes, and I do find that it totally, following that intention, setting that intention, and then having a ritual around it is definitely, if you don't believe in magic, you can believe in the power of your intention. I found it very helpful. So card 51, milk and honey. The taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity. Hello, Libra North Node. Authenticity. Have we not been talking about this? Nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. Okay, you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that, I have to turn the page, feels more languid than ambitious when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. I'll read the relationship message as well. Sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you'll be nourished with the honey of abundance. And I'll read the prosperity message because it seems to also have something for you in there. There is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is Spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. So I don't think I'm going to add to that. Authenticity, gratitude, and I'll leave it there and read about sexuality. Okay. Your sexuality is just as important as any other aspect of your being. It's so important, in fact, that not one, but two chakras manage and maintain your sexual energy. Loving sexual contact is vital for your emotional, physical, and energetic well-being. It can be one of the greatest pleasures and joys of being incarnated in a human body. You are being asked to look at your desires, beliefs, or wounds around your sexual needs. If you are feeling inadequate, unwanted, or unattractive, then it is time to begin a regime of self-love. It's time to restore any low self-worth and negative programming you have about your physical body. We are often much harder on ourselves than our partner would ever be. Your negative thoughts or self-image could be holding you back from experiencing the deeper emotional aspects of intimate love. This card can also be indicative of neglecting your intimate and sexual connection with your partner. Perhaps this is the opportunity to resurrect the feelings of desire and sexual attraction that you once shared. It could also be letting you know that it is important to make your intimate life a priority. Feeling sexual and playful is invigorating no matter your age, so put on your sexy and wear it proudly. Have fun with it and enjoy it. Flirt a little, smile at someone you're attracted to. Dress up in something that makes you feel attractive. Put your energy out there. Enjoy the gift of innocent sexual playfulness. Sexual energy is a powerful expression of our creative force. You may find that by allowing your sexual energy to flow, your creative energy will too. By embracing every aspect of being human, we discover the truth of our own divinity. I don't think I want to add anything to that. I think that was a beautiful wrapping up of the bow. And I hope there were some messages in there that really resonated with you. Yes, so I will move on to the extended reading now. You can find the link below to Ko-fi where you can purchase the 20-minute extended of everyday alchemy and practical magic with crystals, herbs, and more for your well-being in the next 4 weeks. Otherwise, I will see you next month at the new moon, when I upload the next video for November. All right, Libra North Node, take care, be well, stay blessed. Bye for now.